Welcome back for your yummy update. We have recently seen the gold and silver rotational top that we've been waiting for. And here I am to say, protect James Wynn at all costs. Right at the very peak of talk, James Wynn, he said, there is no limit on gold right now. If you know, you know, right at the top. Boom, down minus 6.6% out here. Mr. Polstrain, Sommi, when's your next video coming out? Gold is topping out while they do an 8 to 9 week run. What should we expect for crypto? Hope you've seen my juicy news by now as well. What I will show now for you, sir, is I'll show you the rotational top chart for Bitcoin and gold, because this has only happened, I think, twice before. I'm not sure exactly if there's a repeat one for the 2013 cycle, but you can see it here. Right here. So this is, thank you to my friend, Mr. Colin Talks Crypto. He likes talking about crypto, and his name is Colin. So this is, as you can see, gold's up here, right? Gold has led up here. It's matched where the global M2 liquidity is. So this is just in a nutshell, this is how we think it works. We don't have any formula, okay? So pretty much what happens is, now there's no proof for this, because to prove it means that you know that there are insiders at the US Fed and there are people who are scamming the population for 100 years, okay? But you can see it from the correlation. So they print money first. So the US Fed, they control the money printer. They print money. It all starts from there. They print the currency. The currency gets printed. Then it goes and seeps. It goes out to different places, all right? Where it goes, that's the mystery. That's why it's centralized. That's why Satoshi made Bitcoin, so you could see a public ledger. So they print the money, and then it seeps out to the economy. What we've now noticed, though, is what happens is there's a delay. There's a delay. You know, 60, 70, 80, 90 days on average, there's a delay. And then after those periods of time, the assets start going up. All right. So obviously they're printing money. It's going into certain people's hands who are able to give themselves cheaper loans, and it goes down the line and it switches between all the banks, and they all take their cuts and their spreads. And then someone's going out there and actually using it to accumulate crypto. So what happens is gold has now moved up to match it. All right. So gold moves first. When they print money, gold moves first. They collect the gold. Okay. And then what happens when gold stops? Usually Bitcoin has a delay with it as well. It has like a 50, 60, 70, 80 delay, and then it catches up as well. That's usually what tends to happen. It's not a one-for-one movement, but that's what we're expecting to happen. Bitcoin's on the lag still, right? Maybe we find a base and then thrust up in mid-November. I wrote this before we started shooting up from the US Fed payments program for crypto announcement. Gold bugs are euphoric and dunking on Bitcoin maxis all day on Twitter Roonies. Okay, so this is it, sir. Thank you to Mr. Zurit, Mr. Crypt XTT. This is a beautiful it. So thank you. So you can see it right now. So you can see the top is gold. See gold in 2020. Gold stalled out. This is August 2020. And if you go all the way down your eyes, you can see this is Bitcoin in August and September 2020. And then Bitcoin ran up for 9 months. All right. And then here we have the same thing happening, gold 2025, if this is the top, because you don't know if it's the top. But we're hoping that this is the same thing, where everything just goes up, right? But everything goes up after that moment. That's what we're like, obviously, like I said, it's hoping and coping, right? I just want to show you some complacency from Uncle Peter Schiff while we play some Pumpy G music. Complacency. Peter Schiff. Gold is down over $200, quite a shakeout, but all of this volatility is occurring with gold still above 4,100, which was a record high last week. Bitcoin is catching a bid from this sell-off, creating another window for Bitcoiners to sell fool's gold and buy the real thing. All right, and then you have Downey replying, complacency. We just need to cool off for the next rally. Okay, so it is a complacency. Like, oh, don't worry that we're down because we just got to cool off. They're just going to come back in again. So we're going to see a lot of these arrogance and stuff out here coming and playing out. But ultimately, it's still going to take time. That's what it all comes down to. I found this interesting as well, friends. So I remember in Richard Ha in 2021, he was constantly saying that NFTs, they're just JPEGs with like a serial link. And they're just hosted on a server somewhere. That's all the JPEGs are. And then what we saw is Amazon servers have gone down. And Bored Ape, the monkey JPEGs, now return no picture. Cannot load image. Cannot load image. This is hilarious. That is funny. So it actually happened. Where the Amazon servers go down, now you just own some code. You know, it's kind of funny. But remember, you're not just buying the JPEG. It's not the JPEG. You're buying access to a community. You're buying a share of a community. Right? That's what it comes down to. Look at this Picasso stuff out here. We got Ansem bullish at the top, buying Bitcoin here at 123,500. And then at the bottom, there is no way for me to be bullish on this market looking at the swing failure patterns on XRP, Soy, and Ethereum weekly charts. I don't see a bull case. He said that at the bottom. It's kind of funny that, you know, these things. He could have been trolling with that bottom one as well. He might have been trolling, but he's maybe trolling to troll, if you know what I mean. Many crypto KOLs are still bearish. Everyone's still bearish. Very, very, very bearish. They called for the end. You know, and all of them were pretty much, when they presented with the data about, hey, what about the gold to Bitcoin rotational top? A lot of them pretty much said, oh, like it's bullocks anyway, and like everything's going to go down, and gold might even continue to go up. So you have Crypto as well. Crypto calling for the altcoin apocalypse with a 1-year bear market. Altcoins to zero. They're all calling for that as well. And he's been tweeting, say no to drugs. Stop with drugs now. Look, I'm not here to judge. I would like to tell you something though. Don't pretend you're on a high horse telling people not to do drugs when your whole channel, you've made like 1,000 Bitcoin from shilling people leverage trading. It has a 1% win rate, Chris. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? Like, what's this high horse stuff? Dude, we literally watched the exchange cabal liquidate people on 1.3x leverage. They forced everybody out. We saw the scamming. We saw the manipulation. They dropped it down 70% in 5 minutes. Bang, your money gone. We saw that happen. You know it has a 1% win rate. You're telling me you're so smart that you can figure out the world financial money system, money printing, debasement, the money supply, inflation rate, all these ratios. You're so smart you can figure that out, but you've never seen the 100 reports which tell you that only 1% of people actually make money in day trading. 99% of people have a smaller account than when they start in 12 to 24 months. What is this, bro? What is this? I don't know, friends. It's just, you know, I'm here to tell you. Look, like I said, I'm not here to judge. I'm just showing you, like, this is the type of stuff we got to navigate, you know? I like this video, though. Stop waking up to pee at night. So he's got a health channel. Actually, I do watch his health channel. I do watch it. It's got some interesting stuff. I actually bought Allulose, friends. I did not know. Allulose, Allulose. I've been dreaming about this chemical all my life. I didn't know it already existed. I wanted sugar which does not spike your blood sugar level. Allulose does that. It's white powder sugar. It's about 70% tasting a sweeter sugar, so you just add 50% more. You can't have more than like 10 or 15 grams of it a day, except you poop. So when your body gets rid of the sugar effect part through wee-weeing, yeah, it doesn't actually go into your blood. Allulose, that's awesome. I went and actually bought it. I'm yet to try it though. So yeah, I guess there's a positive in all of this. It's kind of funny. Did you ever think we would see a more obvious top signal for gold here? Retailers all lining up as exit liquidity. The best part was most crypto trader KOLs were saying this was different and we're going much higher. Now they're going to pretend like they were bearish the whole time. I think altcoins will see similar waves in 2026. This is gold, friends. Look at all these people lining up. Retailer FOMO, exit liquidity. I made this chart here for you. Look at this. Oh yeah, the buy of a lifetime. Jeez, like, friend, you were here, man. I was literally saying, guys, when have we ever seen a story where all these people line up and then it ends with, and then I got rich? Yes, I bought my 4 mansions because I lined up for 3 hours to buy this asset class or stock or whatever it is, and then it all got rich. Oh, man. Green Dreamer, Soy Boys. What a yummy line. Looks like when retail is FOMOing into hex. I hope that happens. Spotting the classic FOMO rally. Interesting. We also saw, friends, what recently happened as well. Looks like crypto Twitter got engagement farmed by Cobie and his long-winded essay saying he's poorer than everyone thinks and he's not a billionaire. He also implied he messed up while playing crypto conservatively. Coinbase just bought his Echo company for pretty much $400 million. $375 for Echo and then $25 million for Up only. Okay, so $400 million paycheck. And I've written here, crypto Twitter always falls for it, mostly because everyone is struggling and unable to witness another Bitcoin or Ethereum location. So here is Crypto Carbon. Cobie squeezing in one last "I'm not a billionaire" tweet while the ink was drying on the Coinbase Echo deal. So this, friend, it's a wonderful tweet. It's showing a bit of the ruthless side of it, kind of like how ruthless. How, you know, it's a different side of a human to see, like, hey, while someone's writing me a $400 million check, I'm going to write a long-winded essay to all you people out here so I can pretty much massage and groom your perception that I'm actually not that rich and that I'm just like you. You know, I fumbled too and I missed out all these opportunities, right? So Yeah, man, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of, and don't use this same relationship, but the first thing that comes to my mind was Soy Bankman-Fried driving around the Toyota Corolla when he had like, you know, millions and millions and millions of dollars, having all those orgies on in Bahamas and stuff out here. When he had like, you know, it was a billionaire driving the car. Also, friends, I see liquidity indicator. This guy every day just posts the bugged pulse chain chart. So, bro, I'm going to ask you, are you going to just keep posting that chart every day, or are you going to sell and leave? Like, what are you going to do? Are you just here to post it every day? If it upsets you so much and you're crying so much, bro, just click sell and leave. You know, when you go to PulseX, you can use PulseX, okay? I'll just tell you, you can use PulseX, you know your coins, okay? In the top field, you put the coins you have, and in the bottom field, you put the coins you want. So go to your PulseX, Hex, whatever you own, swap that into like ETH, or Ethereum DAI, and then you can just bridge out, and then you don't have to whinge anymore. So that's one thing you can do. Remember, friends, we're still seeing Wall Street accumulate. Chomley bought another $250 million of Ethereum from BitGo. Here he is out here. So I'm just showing you that, yeah, I mean, they're still accumulating. They still think things are on. You know, some people might say, hey, they're going to be buying the top and it's all over. Guess we'll find out. Remember, friends, most crypto KOLs, they are begging for a bear market. Jams Wynn. Just in, Bitcoin breaks below $110,000. So they're all begging for a bear market, right? Guess we'll see how it all plays out. You know, does this gold rotational top have any legs? Man, it's going to be exciting, friends. If Bitcoin gets above $114,000 or 115 and closes there for the month, that's a green monthly candle. Man, that's going to be cool because, oh man, that means a gold to Bitcoin rotation might be playing out. I mean, last 2 times it played out was 9 and 14 months. We'll see. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. That's 9 and 14 months of rallying, right? So catch you in the next one.